All right, this is Bob Maloney from My MMA News, and right now I have the pleasure of talking to Ryan Courtney. Ryan has a main event fight coming up at Stellar Fights on June 8th in Harrington, Delaware. Ryan, man, how's it going? And it's, you're closing in. It's going to be fight week pretty soon. How's camp? How you feeling?
Camp's good. I'm in great shape. I'm ready to go. Today I'm a little under the weather. Had to miss some training. Sickness, nothing much I could really do about it. But other than that, I'm in amazing shape, ready to go. Cardio, technique wise. I'm just grind out these last couple days. Get in the fight week. I still got some more work to do, but I'm ready to go.
Well, listen, since this is the first time you and I really got to chat, tell me a little bit about your background. What got you into mixed martial arts? How long, have you been training? What was the hook for you that made you love not just training, but actually getting in the cage and punching people in the head and trying to choke them out?
I think training has always just been a lifestyle for me. Started with the military, 2003. Army, had my first lesson in basic training. I guess that'd have been April 2003. Drill Sergeant Russell Bell, rest in peace. He was the first person to give me like a real jiu-jitsu lesson. I went over the guard, the mount, the rear naked choke. And honestly, back then, like I felt like I was Superman with just that little bit of knowledge. And it just kind of hooked me right then and there with training. Fast forward, say, I guess going on 6 years, I find myself at 302 BJJ. And the atmosphere in that gym has always just been highly competitive to a level that can be frustrating at times. It's not always the easiest place to train, but I would never results speak for themselves. It's a competitive gym, and I immediately was drawn to it. And then training with those fighters, and then when I got in the cage, I was like, I just like to fight. I like when that little guy in my head is like telling me to quit, and I'm like, God, man, kick rocks, telling me like, wrong dude. I just yell at him, like, I don't know, I get mad at him when he shows up. Like, we all get that guy that tells you to quit. Like, nah, man, wrong guy. You got out the door, and I just prove it to myself every time. And you're only as good as your last fight, your last dive, last whatever. Today's the day. So.
Listen, I know a lot of the guys over at 302, and like you were saying, the competition is crazy. So who over there is, your sparring partners? Who's your go-to guy for, if you have a question that you need answered or a certain technique, who's your go-to guy? And who's, trying to kick your ass in the room to get you ready for this battle?
The crazy, there's so many people at the gym to collect knowledge from, and everyone's got their certain little things. Like certainly for stand-up, right to Steve. Any question I have, hey, you think I should throw this? You think I should throw that? What if a guy does this? That's the guy. Ask him right off the bat.
System X.
Yeah. Dude, System X, like sparring with that man, he puts it on you. He doesn't leave it up to you. You don't come away wondering, is this guy any good? What does he take? It's like he's taking it easy on me and beating me up most of the time I train with him. He knows his stuff. In terms of who I've been training with a ton, James Lyons. We're about the same size. The guy's good, man. I'm telling you, like, he's really good, guys. Like, none of it's hype. The guys he's beating are good. He's just that good. Like, he's good. Like, keep an eye out. I got no problem saying it, man. Like, I train a lot with him. He gives me a lot of good work. And, I hope the feeling's mutual, right? He gives me the work. He's winning. I always took pride whenever I'm in the gym. Whenever I see guys winning, I'm like, all right, man. Like, I work with him. I help him. I'm not gonna take credit, but I helped him. So, and then jujitsu. Earl Small has been my coach since I came to jiu-jitsu, essentially. It's funny. He's a lot younger than me, but he outranked me from the very beginning in jiu-jitsu and has really dedicated himself to it. And that's my jiu-jitsu coach. On a basic level for most MMA stuff, because Wild Bill Walters isn't around too often anymore. He comes in, does the basic classes on Thursdays, and he was my original coach. He's still my coach, but I definitely direct more of my stuff to Trouble at this point.
Hey, listen, Trouble's a bad dude, and Lionheart's one of my guys too, man. You definitely are have some work cut out for you when you walk into that room for sure. Now let's talk about your fight. One of the things I love about it is Stellar Fights promoter Brad Dalton is starting this weight class of 165, which I would like to see incorporated in most promotions. I think it's a great weight class because I just think the jump from 155 to 170 is too much. So he's going to have this 165-pound weight class. You're taking on Branden Hudson. Is that his name?
Yep, Branden Hudson.
And listen, in your standoff picture with him, you could really see the huge height difference. So I'm going to translate that into reach difference. So obviously you're going to be going in against a guy who's longer than you. I'm sure you're going to be looking for some uppercuts. I mean, that's just common knowledge when you're in there with a guy and you're going to try to keep, you're going to try to probably keep close to him. Tell me a little bit, give me a little scouting report on this fight without giving away any secrets.
I mean, they're all taller than me. I could care less. You could be 8 foot tall. I'm gonna hit you with the same right hand. I'm gonna hit him just like I hit everybody else. I'm gonna work to get inside. I'm gonna try to stay outside. He's a southpaw. He's got great kicks. He's got good stand up. I'm not at all underestimating this guy. He's a game opponent. He's tough. It's not gonna be an easy fight to win. I'm gonna work to get on the outside of his lead foot. Get inside, close the distance. Probably get a takedown and secure submission. I mean, what else should I really do? I'm not going to hang out with a guy who's twice my size.
Well, those longer limbs make for a long, easy, little bit easier to armbar with all that arm. You know what I mean? So
agreed. And jiu-jitsu is my knowledge base. I think in my last fight I proved I can strike. I'm a solid striker. I'm not, amazing at it by any means, but I've patched up a lot of the holes in my game on that level, and I'm still improving. I mean, I put a ton of time in, and definitely working. I mean, I'm not a tall guy. I'm used to it. Like the height thing I don't even think about it. Like it's just like, yeah, I know they're taller than me. Everyone, like I spar with people 6'2", 6'3" all the time. So you got to work with what you got. Get on the inside, hit them to the body. I notice a lot of times I get a lot of body shots on tall guys. They're very quick to tuck their chin back, kind of lean back, and they leave the body hanging out. And, the first 3 or 4, not that big of a deal. And you get 6, 7, and then they're breathing heavy, breathing real heavy. Those body shots add up. Even, I don't think the judges see a lot of them. I don't think you get a lot of credit from the judges a lot because there's no blood, no bruising, nothing. You hit a guy in the stomach, nobody really knows but you and him.
Hey, them rib shots hurt, man. I had a couple bruised ribs every once in a while, and believe me, if they don't see it, your opponent feels it and affects them the rest of the fight.
100%, yeah.
Yeah. Once again, I am with Ryan Courtney, 165-pound belt being given to the winner. That's going to be exciting. I'm going to be ring announcing over at Stellar coming June 8th. Ryan, before we go, give some shout outs or to some love to not just the guys who you're fighting with, but anybody who's, giving you some support, anybody who's going to be there screaming for you to have your arm raised.
Hey, I got to reach out to some people that have personally bought tickets. All the guys out at Randstad, you've hooked me up, bought a table. I'm super stoked about that. Those are guys that work with me, saw me on Facebook. I didn't even pitch it. They approached me. I just wanted to say you guys my name, George, Ron, everybody. Murder Town, Chopper Swapper. Those guys are my homies. They hooked me up with some T-shirt stuff. I got some T-shirts coming out, $25 a piece. If you guys are interested in that, support me. Put a couple dollars in my pocket. That would be rad. 302 BJJ, obviously, Phil and Rick Migley-Reese. Phil just did a seminar at our school, dropped some dope knowledge, and just my whole team, James, Trouble, everybody, Steve, Devin, Mr. Bill, Larry. I mean, if I forget you, I'm sorry, but y'all homies, nothing but love. Brandon Davis. There you go. Training with him. He just got his first pro win, right? And he's a stud. He's a stud. Telling you, like, everybody at 302 studs, man. It's crazy in there. You go in there, it's crazy. Come on in.
I've been in there and I've seen that room. Believe me, I'm happy to be a media member instead of in there getting my arm, locked up. And then the thing about it is, there's a bunch of guys that are smaller than me, and I still wouldn't want to tangle with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Including you, Ryan.
Well, I appreciate that, man. I'm doing what I can to keep up, man. I'm just in the game, loving life, and enjoying my time at 302. And come on out and come on in and try it. Have fun with us if you're in the area.
Hey, listen, man. I'm thrilled to talk to you. Let's make this a regular thing. After you go and you get this bell after this fight, let's talk again next fight. This is just one chapter, and you're moving on to the next. And it was a pleasure talking to you, brother. And
yeah, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me. Awesome. I'll definitely talk to you in the future, man.
All right, Ryan Courtney, man. Check him out in the main event at Stellar Fights in Harrington, Delaware, June 8th. All right, brother.